All right, Eddie, we're here. We're finally doing this, man.
Oh
You ready?
man,
You
I
ready?
think so.
All right, man. Let's get into this. Welcome, everyone, to the first pilot episode of the Ins and Outs of Collecting. I'm your host, Mario, and with me, I have my co-host, Eddie Mendez. Eddie, how you
What's
doing
up?
tonight, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm pretty excited to get this first episode going.
Yeah. This is exciting times, man. This is the show where you and I discuss all the new stuff that's coming out, things that we're interested in collecting. And what's going to be unique is actually I'll show everybody later. So in the
Sounds good.
meantime, let's talk a bit about ourselves. So Eddie, so you've been collecting for probably I don't know a while or for as long. How long have you been collecting and what do you collect?
Dude, I have actually not been collecting that long. I have been collecting, I would say, since 2017, maybe the end of 2017. Started off with Funko Pops, I
Mm,
know, and yeah, it kind of escalated from there, dude. I was super into Funko the first like maybe half a year or whatever, and then I got into my brother collected Hot Toys, so I got into Hot Toys through him,
wow,
and I thought I never would, and here I am with like 30 Hot Toys now.
and that's how it goes, man. So
Yeah.
did you end up selling any of your previous collection to help fund what you currently have?
Yeah, for sure. I've been to numerous like pop shops or whatever where they have like big sales, and I've sold a bunch of stuff, and I've even sold Hot Toys along the way to get different stuff, and it's kind of how it
Nice.
goes.
So do you have any main focuses right now?
Dude, I we've talked about this before, me and you. Like, I have no focus, man. I know everybody's like, it's so easy if you have a focus. I can't do it. I like to tell myself that my focus is movies because I collect a lot of movie stuff, even with Marvel and Star Wars is mainly movies for me.
Yeah.
But I'm all over the place, man. Hot Toys, 112 scale. I kind of got it under control now. I would say I buy like minimal 112 scale stuff and mostly Hot Toys, but
Hmm.
I get some third party here and there. But
Wow.
1/6 scale I think is like my main thing now.
So what are some of your favorite figures in your collection right now?
Oh man, that's a tough one, but I think for Hot Toys it would have to be um either 1/6 scale Neo from the Matrix cuz I love the Matrix, or um the my first hot toy, which was Infinity War Thor. I'm a big Thor fan, so
Nice.
he was my first, and kind of holds up,
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Cool,
What?
man. Well, you know what? I'm happy to have you on the show. I'm excited to have you as a co-host, and yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
for
looking
sure,
forward
man.
to some of the stuff that we're gonna do together. As for myself, yeah, I've been collecting probably. Well, I mean, kids get toys right when they're kids, right?
Yeah.
My adult collecting life started. I want to say right before the Phantom Menace dropped. Way back when in 98 or 99 is when I caught that bug.
Wow.
So, um, so yeah, I started off with 3.75. I got into the Power of the Force figures like a lot of collectors my age did,
Mhm.
right? And I just went nuts. I went on a hunt to get everything, and I eventually did. And I still have those figures to this day.
Oh, that's pretty cool,
Um,
man.
yeah, so later on after the after that, the Phantom Menace drop, I picked up that whole line and then everything that followed, Power of the Jedi figures. The Star Wars 3.75 was pretty much my focus. So then
Mhm.
after that, around I want to say right before Attack of the Clones came out, I just thought, you know what, enough's is enough. I can't keep up with this. I can't sustain this. I've got nowhere to put this collection. So I
Yeah.
kind of stopped collecting a little bit, and I got into other little things that I've always liked before. There were some G1 Transformers that were reissued, um, and I picked up some of that stuff. There were some Macross things that I picked up, some cool 160, 148 stuff. And then I got
Oh,
into
that's
Black
cool.
Series after that. Black Series first dropped, 6 inch. I picked up a bunch of those. And then after a while, to me, I just thought the quality started to drop. So I'm like, you know what? I've been noticing Hot Toys for a little while. So I went ahead and just sold everything. I sold the Macross collection. I'm still selling off the Transformers. I sold off all my Black Series just to start to fund my
Hey.
Hot Toys collection. And man, I started collecting. I want to say Hot Toys back in late 2013, early 2014. I want to say when I first dropped my first pre-orders.
Wow.
And yeah, I caught that bug, man. I mean, I got to the point to where I told myself, you know what, I'm gonna get this. Whatever was available, I would get. You know, I
Yeah.
really had no focus, and it took a long time for me to get focused. Right now, I'm primarily a Star Wars collector, and so luckily at the time when I started collecting, Hot Toys would they just dropped their Star Wars line for A New Hope. So I was fortunate enough to pick up all of those figures there, and yeah, I haven't looked back. So right now, Star Wars is my main focus, and eventually, I ended up 3.75, like what you see back here, with
Yeah.
the vintage collection. So this is something that I still keep up with. So yeah, I'm gonna say right now, Star Wars is my primary focus in 375 and along with six scale.
Yeah, and I kind of like that to mix some of that stuff in there, like when people have a focus and it's just 1/6, that's cool, but like I kind of like the variety, like it looks more like a collection, I would say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
absolutely. And
as
as long as you have a place to how you envision to display your collection, that's another thing too that most collectors forget about, right? So
yeah.
everybody stocks up on something. They get this figure, they get that figure, cool. But you also have to spend some money on the displays. I mean, there are multiple options. There's cheaper routes. People, I know most collectors start off with a Detolf or with a Billy, and then later on, some of us that are fortunate enough can move to a Maji case, like which I have done, and I love them. You know,
Yeah, dude, those are pretty sick, man. I'm still on the Billy route. I might stick to that for a while.
yeah,
Just until, I get a setup to where I feel like I can, invest in the Maji cases and get that going. But I hear what you're saying. I definitely need to focus more on the displaying and not so much putting it all into the collecting because that's where I'm at right now.
now let me ask you something. Do you are you interested in any like customs or anything like that? Not third party, or if you were able to get your hands on some, I don't know, custom head sculpts or anything like that. Is that something you'd be interested in?
Um, I do get third party now, so I guess that's like
Mm-hmm.
my first step into customs. But I've been thinking about it lately. I know it's like the only reason I'm hesitant is because I know it's super expensive. But there are certain things like, especially since I'm a movie collector, there are certain things that like movies that I like that I'm pretty sure will never be made, like even by
Yeah,
third party people. Like for instance, one like thing that I really want made is a um, William Thatcher or Eric von Lichtenstein
sure.
from A Knight's Tale. I
You
would
know,
love to
let me.
have a 1/6 scale of him of Heath Ledger
Yeah,
in that film, and
yeah.
so that would be awesome. But
You know, thankfully, we all know about kit bashing, and you know what? There's a place if you ever want to get your custom head sculpts or anything like that.
oh
There's
man,
there's a place where we can go. First of all, before that, this is our logo, International Collecting. I really want to thank everybody that was involved in this. Zach, Dean, Danny, our man behind the scenes right now. Actually, Danny Lee did want to join us tonight, but unfortunately he couldn't. So we hope to have him on the next show. Um, Again, earlier too with that intro, I really got to give a huge shout out to Optical 20. That was an excellent intro, and I can't thank you enough. But right now, let's talk about Watto Scrapyard.
oh man. Speaking of customs, we'd like to thank our friends over at Watto Scrapyard for sponsoring our very first episode of In and Outs of Collecting.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Watto, for everything that you do for sponsoring us and for the community.
Dude, Watto does some sick stuff, man. Like that Talon right there.
Yeah,
That looks
yeah, that's
insane.
some good stuff right there, man. Look at that, all Star Wars. So we can get in more details about that later.
Sounds good, man.
So so we have some topics to discuss tonight. All right, and one of the first things that we're going to discuss is, well, this is what's on the menu today,
Oh
right?
man, look at
So
that.
Look at this. Yeah, this is a thing. This is our menu for those that are interested.
What a beautiful
Um,
menu by
what
our
a beautiful
guy in the chair.
our guy in the chair. We can't thank you enough. We got all our different combos here, 1, 2, and 3. So let's go to our first combo tonight. And our first combo tonight is the Hot Toys Dark Troopers. Now,
Oh
Eddie,
man.
these were just announced not too long ago, right? These are 1/6 scale Hot Toys Dark Troopers from the Mandalorian series,
Yeah.
and they are due to ship. I don't know when, soonish ish. I think sometime 2022.
They're up for pre-order right now, but I did not see the release date. Probably 2022 or 2023.
So, Eddie, what do you think about these releases?
Oh, dude, these are freaking awesome, man. I loved the Dark Troopers in season 2. They're beautiful to me. I think they look amazing. Just those eyes right there, like they look menacing to me. I thought they were sick in the show, and I'm honestly thinking about army building these, man. I'm
Wow.
thinking about getting maybe a good 4 of them to put up behind that new Moff they announced.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
gotta say, with army building, that shot right there with the four of them in line doesn't look too bad, man. It is rather tempting.
I know,
But you
right?
know, but you know what too? Something else that we also saw is that in the previews here, there's a couple teases. Here we've got the Mandalorian, which appears to have a Beskar spear.
Mm.
So
I didn't
this
even
these
notice
was
that, to be
yeah, check
honest.
that out.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty sick.
there are rumors out there that hey, we might get a season 2 Mando Beskar armor. So what do you think about that?
I mean, they're gonna give us every version of Mando that they can, right? They need
Yeah,
that money.
absolutely. No,
But
for sure.
just going back to the Dark Troopers, a lot of people were saying they were pissed because of them not being diecast.
Yeah.
Um, I was thinking about it, and I actually think it's better if I'm gonna be army building. Imagine if these were diecast, the price they'd be commanding. I mean, I believe they're retailed at 260 right now up on Sideshow,
hmm
and dude, imagine trying to army build if they were diecast. It would probably be around
Well,
300
I'm
at
sure
least, you know.
I'm sure they won't be fully die-cast. I mean, when K2SO dropped, the only die-cast that we really got was in the legs. And, granted, that was a tall figure and it had a lot of weight to support.
Yeah,
So dropping die-cast on that figure was a good thing.
that's another
Um,
thing. Imagine if I did army build trying to get 4 of these on one shelf if they were that heavy.
oh, yeah, yeah, forget about it, right?
Yeah.
Another thing that was teased was this Luke Skywalker figure. Now, I got to tell you, when we all watched the show when it dropped, the season finale, you, me, Zach, and Danny, we all had a watch party. And that was really
Yeah.
fun. But when Luke showed up, man, oh my gosh.
Dude, I
You know,
got
we all,
chills.
yeah, we all, the speculation was Luke was going to show up, right? We all had an idea. But then to see it finally come to fruition, it was mind blowing to see what he did. And it was great to see him again.
Dude, I
And consider,
remember my bad. I remember when we were watching it and I remember they showed his hilt and then it lit
yes.
and then the lightsaber popped out and it was green and I was like, "Holy shit, holy shit." And I remember Zach is like, "Hey, shut the hell up, shut the hell up." But
Dude,
that
that
was
was such a
pretty
fun
dope,
night.
man.
Yeah. Yeah, so expect an announcement soon from Hot Toys regarding this 1/6 Mandalorian Luke. I think we will see it probably. If I'm optimistic, I want to say within the next couple months for sure.
Yeah, dude, I think so too, especially with the price that, after he did show up, the price that the all the previous ones are commanding and everything. So
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, I couldn't, it couldn't get here soon enough for me because I don't have a Luke in my collection. I don't have a lot of old trilogy stuff in my collection at all. So
Well,
I'll
now's
take
your
it.
chance to get something pretty cool from the original trilogy.
Yeah, man.
So, anybody out there that's looking for a Luke, expect the Hot Toys announcement very soon.
Before we stop talking about the Dark Troopers really quick, dude, I really like in the promo shots how like red those eyes are because with the light, I know they have a light up function, but they still look lit up without the batteries in. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's gonna like look really nice on display. I think
right.
that's
You know
really
what?
sick.
Hopefully, um, hopefully when the batteries are out, the eyes will be red enough to where it's still recognizable from afar. Like the new Death Troopers, right? The Mandalorian figures. You can see that their eye lenses they're still green,
Yeah.
right? And you don't really necessarily need to have the lights on, and they still look good. So I just hope that they do the same thing with this trooper here.
So,
So
what about you, man? Like, what do you think about these? Like, what are you gonna pick these up?
yeah, you know what? I've got one on pre-order right now, and I'm thinking I kind of want to get two of them as a pair, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about these things. What did I do? Whoops.
Oh man, what did you think about them in the actual show? Like, the way they were, because there was some talk about like people weren't feeling them. It was kind of like 50-50. I think some people weren't feeling them, some people were really hyped. Like, what did you think when, like, in that episode when they first came down and grabbed baby Grogu?
You know what? I thought they looked cool for what they were. I was really curious to see how they were going to pull off the Dark Troopers, considering that you know what we've heard about them before in Legends, but we've never really seen them in live action.
Yeah,
So this was good to see. I was really excited to see what was going on.
yeah,
So
dude, definitely. I think they were sick. So I can't wait for them, man.
so pardon me while I get things back on
Well, it's
track.
all good.
So yeah, this figure's pretty bare bones. A stand, a few hands, a gun. Price at 260. I mean, it is what it is right now. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I would definitely consider picking this up.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
next up, figure number two. Actually, let's talk about these Mythos figures, these Mythos statues. Now,
Oh man.
Sideshow is just dropping these figures. I believe right now, if they haven't shipped already, I believe they're due for imminent arrival. Correct?
Yeah, the mall has already done. They've already done an unboxing for the mall. I think a couple people have gotten that in their hands. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So this, I I'm a fan of this. I really like how this thing came out.
dude, I
So
think it's beautiful.
yeah, yeah. It's a good look. It's a good looking piece. I mean, you also get an extra portrait with these things with the longer horns, right?
Right.
And yeah, I think I really like how this thing came out. Now,
I love how dynamic it is, man.
yeah,
I
yeah,
love dynamic statues. I mean, that's the natural progression for me. I know I said I was into Hot Toys now, but now I'm, digging into some statues, and this may very well be my first Star Wars statue.
wow, yeah.
Um, I'm digging
You
the
know
long
this.
horns. I love that look from Clone Wars. I love
Mhm.
the mechanical legs. Like, yeah, and then I love like the no shirt too. Like, I love showing off all his like tribal markings and stuff. I love that about that look of Maul.
Yeah, this is definitely a good looking piece. Yeah, I myself aren't. I'm not really a statue collector just because I'm afraid of how fragile these things can be, considering their size and weight. I just hate for these things just to drop and shatter.
Oh, I hear what you're saying,
Right?
man. Especially in like Cali, right? In and
Yeah,
outs of
exactly.
collecting in Cali, man. That's the like earthquake.
That's
It's all over.
exactly. That's the thing. We're in earthquake country, man, and having high end stuff like this, I'd really hate to see. Uh,
Seriously, but these are. I'm not sure about this one. I think the Asajj had some PVC in it, but they're not too heavy for statues, right? I think they have some PVC, so they're a little bit lighter, maybe a little more durable. I don't know, but
yeah. So this
I
guy's
see
still
what
on
you're
pre
saying.
order right now for 610 on Sideshow.
Yeah.
$610, everyone. This statue can be yours.
I know some people were talking about the price of it when it first got listed because it's a little bit steeper than the other statues in the line, I think. But I mean, I think it's worth it. I think it definitely of the new ones, it's my favorite. I know a lot of people like the Asajj, but it's my favorite. It's also my favorite character. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's a 10 out of 10 for me.
Nice. Nice. Next up we have the Emperor Mythos statue. I believe this one is also due to ship anytime soon, or sometime soon rather. And this
Yeah,
statue goes for 585 right now, and it's still on pre-order status on Sideshow. Now,
yeah,
this to me, I'm not much of a fan of this thing. I mean, I think didn't Sideshow do an unboxing on this thing?
Yeah, they just did one recently. I think like a day or two ago.
Yeah, I wasn't really too keen on this guy right here. I
What
mean,
I mean
go ahead.
that's the consensus. That's the consensus, right? Like this is the lackluster of the newest Mythos line. I think
Yeah,
it looks pretty damn good. You know what I like about it? I like how it shows Sidious in a dynamic, like fighting way. Because mostly what we see is Sidious in his throne, or kind of standing there looking menacing in his
sure.
robe and everything, and so I kind of like that aspect of it. I love the way they made it float like that. Like they're
Yeah.
doing some crazy things to making it look like it's floating. It looks great, but the only thing that I too like am iffy about is that lightsaber holding hand. Like
Hmm.
when he has the lightsaber in his hand, it kind of doesn't look like it makes sense to me. Like the way, just the pose and the way he's got the lightsaber, like, what's he doing?
Yeah, something cool about this thing. This is these do have interchangeable parts from what I understand. You've got your force lightning hand here, and then you also have the lightsaber wielding hand.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, combo of both, sure, but I don't know. This isn't something for me. Is this? Are you interested in this piece? Picking it up?
When I first saw all of these statues and, everybody is so, like likes the old Mythos line so much. So I was
Yeah.
in for all of them. I was like, yeah, I'm going to definitely get this one. I'm gonna get Maul. I'm gonna get Asajj. But you know what? I think I may pass on this one because I'm being a little picky on him, and I think that lightsaber hand is what's gonna do it for me. It just like that side doesn't make sense. I don't know. I could change my mind. This is a high edition piece. Maybe with some deals and stuff later, I might end up picking them up because the unboxing did look really great. Like
Hmm.
I definitely think it's a great piece for any Sidious fan.
Do you think this guy will probably sell out anytime soon?
Dude, no. I think he'll be there for a while, dude, especially with the high edition size and just not
Yeah.
being the favorite of many people. So that's why I'm thinking maybe someday I'll get a deal on him and I'll pick him up.
Yeah, and once these Mythos figures sell out, I mean, they go for stupid money on on the aftermarket.
What do you think about so the robe is obviously fabric, right? And then the
Hmm.
underline, the underrobe is sculpted. That kind of looks a little weird to me. Just cuz the sculpted, like you could see the lighter color of the sculpted and then the robe. Like I kind of wish they did either the whole thing sculpted or the whole thing fabric. I think it would look a lot better.
Well, it's like that on the original costume. Also, if you take another look at it, you'll notice that the inside robes they
Oh,
are like a darker shade of gray than the
okay.
full black of the actual cloak itself. So I think for screen accuracy, they did what they could. I don't think it looks too bad. But I can understand where most collectors would prefer a sculpted robe all the way around rather than mixed media like this.
Yeah, I
But
know not a lot of people are a big fan of mixed media on statues, but thanks. I
yeah,
didn't I didn't know that, man. I don't always know all the little details like that, so that's why I
yeah.
have you, man.
No, sometimes it works though, man. I mean, oh, look at the Joker statues, right? I mean, it's a
Oh man.
full sculpted piece, but the tailoring on that thing is full on fabric, right? So I don't know. I think it depends on the statue.
What All right, one last question about it. What do you think about the pose, the levitating, like a lot of people calling him Mary Poppins? What do you think about the way they got him floating there?
You know what? I'm not a fan. I don't care for it. That's why. I mean, I understand that they want to try to get this is a mythos figure. You want to try to get your figure looking a little bit more dynamic. But
Yeah.
what what else could you do with the emperor other than he's just going to be standing there with his cane, shooting force lightning out of his hand with a big old smile on his face, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe they could have done something episode 3 esque where he just became the emperor and he's still wielding a lightsaber and would have had. I think I would have preferred that look more,
You know,
to be honest.
you know what I'm thinking would have made it look pretty good because it kind of looks like he's levitating, but he's kind of like swooping back, maybe like he's levitating a little bit backwards. If he had both hands forward doing lightning, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he uses both hands a lot in the movie when he does the
Hmm.
lightning. I think that would have made it look a little bit like it made more sense with the way he's angled. Like it would have looked like the lightning's kind of pushing him back at the same time, you know? That
dude.
might have
But
looked pretty good.
I can't get over this whole Mary Poppins look, man. I mean, I wonder if someone's gonna make like a swap out attachment with an umbrella or something like that. I'd love to see
Oh
that.
man,
Oh boy. So
it would
moving
look
on
better
from
than that lightsaber hand for sure.
so moving on from Sidious, we have another Mythos
Oh
statue,
man.
excuse me, that dropped. We're looking at Asajj Ventress. Now Asajj, I believe she just dropped too, didn't she?
Yeah, a lot more people have this one in hand. She dropped before the other two actually, and there's already like a good amount of reviews on this one.
Yeah, I noticed that it's still in pre-order status. For $5.95. However, this she is currently shipping out. And you know what? I think this looks good. I like how this came out. I'm a fan of her robes. I'm a fan of the pose, and this is a good looking piece. I mean, you have a couple display options here where you can have her with the hood on or without. You
Hmm.
know, it doesn't look bad. Now you and I were talking earlier, right? And you
Hmm.
mentioned how you're not a fan of the base, dude.
I I love the way it's sculpted. Like I
Yeah,
love the look. It looks like, is it Dothamir? Dathomir?
Dathomir.
Um, Dathomir. It looks like Dathomir. I love that creature skull. Like the color of it like goes great with the red and black and blue of her. Like I love all that. It just looks like in the final production of it, the paint looks a little better here than it does in the final production. I think it kind
Sure.
of looks a little muddled in the reviews that I've seen for it at least. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in person at all yet, but Asajj looks great. Like the colors of Asajj, the pose, everything you said is great. It's just like there's like minor details, I guess, that get to me when I'm looking at it. Like some of the paint on her feet. Like I know that's weird, but like I don't know, it looks a little like they
You're not
just
going to be looking at
dabbed
her
it on
feet
there.
from
You know,
afar.
hey
This thing is
man,
sitting
I could,
on the shelf. You're not going to be looking at her
dude,
feet.
I could have a foot fetish, man. And like only want it for the
Hey,
feet. You
you
know,
know what? Hey, if that whatever floats your boat, brother.
there you go. But
Yeah.
so would you say this is your favorite out of the three?
You know what? Between her and Maul, it's a toss up. Um Overall, yeah. I think I prefer the Ventress over all three of them, but by a
Now,
slight margin. The Maul is really good, man.
yeah, for sure. Now, hood on or hood off
Oh,
if you
hood
were to
on.
get her.
Hood
Yeah, for
on,
sure, huh?
definitely. I mean, I think that just invokes the power of the Sith with the hood on. With
Yeah,
the hood up, you know. I mean,
yeah.
but however, that's just me. I can see the reasons for displaying her with the hood off, but for me, hood on or nothing.
This one I may or may not get. If we ever go to Frank's and see it in person there or something, I
Oh
may be
yeah,
tempted to pick it up. I would have to see it in person though, but it's a maybe for me.
yeah. It's funny, isn't it? How seeing something in person can like completely
Oh,
change your
dude.
perspective
I
on a
mean,
piece.
for sure we're going to talk about some of that stuff we're going to talk about later. Like
Yeah, man.
I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to pick it up after seeing it in person, so.
So
Yeah.
next up, item number 5. So we have here the Fiend. So this is a Toys era version of why am I drawing a blank of the Green Goblin
Yeah.
from the first Raimi Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And you know, Eddie, I'm really not too familiar with this piece, um, considering that this is a third party piece.
Yeah.
However, oh wow, wait a minute. You know what? I just realized
Oh
this is
man.
a third. We're dipping in the third party.
Oh man.
Yeah. So let's get that out of the way. So Eddie,
That's
tell me about
hilarious.
this figure, man.
Oh dude, it looks great, man. So going back to when I was a kid, man, Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man, and
Yeah.
the first Spider-Man and Phantom of the Menace. One of those two were the first movie I ever saw in the theater as a kid. And
Wow.
yeah, I know. And
Wow.
Spider-Man, I remember coming back from the theater and being like in love with Spider-Man, dude. I was running up the stairs, like got my flipping hands going, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and Norman Osborn, I forget that actor's name that played Norman Osborn in the first one, but he
Willem
did it.
Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe. How could I forget that? He did such a great job as Green Goblin, dude, and
Yeah.
that was a great villain, and this piece, like, I don't know if Hot Toys would ever do this, so I'm definitely in for the third party. I actually have this one on the way. Uh,
Nice.
it sold out. I bought it last second after seeing reviews. I knew I was gonna buy it, but I like with third party and like most stuff now, I like to see reviews before I actually pick it up. But saw some reviews. It was sold out in some places. Ended up picking up one from our friends over at Small Talk, Dylan. He was gracious
Nice.
enough to sell me his pre-order because it's on the way, so I picked it up from him. But this is actually the deluxe with the is it speeder?
With the
What am I
glider.
blanking? Glider, right?
Come on,
Um,
man. You're more nostalgic about this than I am, dude. How can I know more about this? Come on.
glider. My bad, dude. But anyway, the glider, those hydraulics actually like work like hydraulics, like they move in and out and everything, and you can
Oh
pose the
wow.
glider, like you can bend the wings up or you can bend them down. Those
Yeah.
feet placements where he puts his feet, those are on a swivel, so you can swivel them around. And it looks great to me, dude. I think it's beautiful. So I
You know,
can't
it's
wait for it.
something that always bothered me. I don't think there's really any clear shots, but the static open mouth, and when you can see, if you look up close, how you can see Willem Dafoe's mouth just moving like in there behind,
Dude, it's
right? You
funny
know,
you bring that up because in the promo pics, it doesn't. It's just open like that, right? But on the actual figure, I think they put mesh there because in the movie he had like a little screen there.
yeah,
So he on the actual finished product, he has that screen there, so you can't see the mouth. Like it's not as clear as it is here.
right.
Yeah.
But no, I mean it's a good looking piece. What did this? You know what? You mentioned how this thing sold out, and you were just barely able to get it. Now with some of these third party figures, do you ever get like FOMO or anything like that? The fear of missing out just
Dude,
because something like this could sell out and you really want it.
I think FOMO I get the most on third party stuff now because Hot Toys they don't really sell out ever. And so
Yeah, it
yeah,
is rare.
third party definitely sells out quicker. So I do sometimes. I try not to let that lead me to pre-order more things just because I try to keep a level head about that kind of stuff. But like, yeah, dude, it definitely hits harder with third party stuff because they only make a limited amount and they sell out a lot quicker. And
Yeah,
then like especially because it's like pieces like this, like we have no idea if a licensed company would ever make this. So it's like
yeah,
your
that's
last chance
true.
to get something like this almost.
Yeah, I mean, considering how long this movie's been around, and none of the major six scale companies have really that I know of have tackled this figure,
Yeah, I don't
right?
think it's
So
ever been done. They've done some figures from Spider-Man 1. I think only the Spider-Man figure. Hot Toys has done it, and it's kind of aged by now, so hopefully we get one of those. But yeah, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. I don't think. I mean, I don't. I'm optimistic, but I don't think it'll ever happen.
right
The only
on,
thing I
right
don't
on.
like about it is that plain ass base. But
Yeah,
I guess with the glider and everything, I won't notice it anyway, because it actually does come with the dynamic flight stand on it, so you
yeah, I
could
was
pose it
wondering
up on
about
the.
that.
Yeah, it
So
doesn't
how?
show it here, but it comes with the long dynamic flight stand and then also a
Mm-hmm.
little flight stand that you can attach to the glider as well.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was wondering how it attaches to the glider. I would assume the pole would just screw into the bottom of the glider or what
I
have
think
you.
it's like a little peg that pegs into the bottom of the glider, I believe, and then that
Mm-hmm.
clips to the flight stand in the back of it.
Cool. And when's this thing? You said it's shipping right now, right?
Yeah, mine well, once Dylan gets it, then I'll
Oh,
get it,
that's
but
right.
he
You
said
ordered
he
from
said
Dylan.
he should be getting it by the end of this week or in a couple of weeks, and then he'll ship it to me. But yeah, it's shipping out from 1/6 corner right now.
Nice. Well, hopefully that'll come in soon for you. So
Yeah,
now the last piece on our menu, combo number 6. We got the Art Figures Dark Furion.
yeah,
This is a take of Riddick, I want to say,
yeah.
Pitch
Vin
Black,
Diesel.
or Vin Diesel in his portrayal of this character.
It's
Um,
actually the Riddick movie. Not Pitch Black was the first one. This one is based off of the Riddick, or
the Chronicles of Riddick.
no, Riddick. I think it's
Oh,
just
Riddick.
Riddick. So there's Pitch Black, there's Chronicles of Riddick, and then there's just Riddick. And Riddick is like the most recent. This one
Hmm.
is based off the most recent one.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, hell, I wouldn't have guessed it. I wouldn't have known that.
Oh yeah, dude, I love.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's kind of how my collection is. Like I collect one-off pieces from movies that like I think a lot of people or critics didn't like, but I loved. You know, like that's just how I've
Yeah.
always been. And me and my brother used to watch this movie together all the time. Like there's quotes from it that we talk about all the time. And when I seen this, it was like a day one pre-order for me. So I picked this one up, and it's also shipping. I just got notification that it's shipping from 1/6 corner too. So I can't wait. I'm excited. And
What's
the
the retail on this guy?
160, I believe. So
Not
that's like
bad.
kind of like one of the things with third party is like the things that make me hesitant is the price. You know, because it's third party, maybe it's not as good. Sometimes they're really
Sure.
good quality, but like that's the only thing that I get hesitant about. But with one like this that, I know will never or probably would never get made by anybody else, I had to go for it. But
Yeah.
160 I don't think is too bad. He comes with a decent amount of accessories, and that head sculpt is amazing. With the goggles on, it looks really good, but also I've seen a review for this from third party reviews, and he took the goggles off, and I think it still looks pretty good. Like it looks better than it does in these promo pics. So
Hmm.
um
Yeah.
and he also
Yeah.
has like a, because in the movies his eyes glow. He's kind of got like he's got that animal like,
Oh, does this
reflective
figure
in
have that?
his.
Have a feature like that?
Yeah,
Light up
his
eyes?
eyes, they're not light up, but they actually like reflect. They look like reflective when you see them. So they're pretty sick, dude.
So is it something like you gotta put the figure in the dark for you to see
No, I
that,
think it's
or
like metallic painting, like to make it look like shiny silver or something. That's what it looked like on the review anyway. It's not like Thor or anything where you have to get the UV light and show it.
yeah,
It kind of does it on its own. It looks really good. So,
nice. Yeah, it's a good looking figure, man. I mean, that's really cool that you have the opportunity to pick up something that you know that no other company is gonna make, right?
what do
And
you what do you think? Like, have you ever seen any of these movies, the
you
Chronicles of
know,
Riddick
no,
or?
I haven't. I mean, these
Oh,
movies have been
dude.
on my radar, but I've never really got around to it. So
Dude,
I really,
we're gonna have to watch some movies, man, and then have a movie segment maybe like Zach and Dean, because there's some good ass movies that, like Chronicles
yeah,
of Riddick is really good, and Riddick. I seen Pitch Black a while ago, and I remember I liked it, but it was like I was young when I seen it, so
yeah. You
um,
know what? There's a lot that I haven't seen, man. I mean, my list of shame is extensive, and we can we can definitely do something about that, man. So yeah, probably as we progress, I'm pretty sure we'll probably end up with some sort of movie review segment. I think
yeah,
that'll be fun.
yeah, it'd be cool.
So next up, I think that's it. So Eddie, let's talk about our sponsor, Waddle Scrapyard.
Yes, we would like to thank our friends over at Watto Scrapyard for sponsoring this first episode of In and Outs of Collecting. You can find them on Instagram, Facebook, and eBay at Watto Scrapyard. They make 3D printed parts for hard to come by Kenner and Hasbro vehicles, as well as resin printed head sculpts and dozens of different characters in the Star Wars universe. If you don't see any character you like on their Instagram, send them a message and they can get it designed and printed for a reasonable fee. I have not done that yet, but I will be doing that for that Rex that's coming out. I'm definitely going to need some animated clone head sculpts, so
Yeah,
I will be doing that shortly.
absolutely. Again, thank you, Waddle Scrapyard, for sponsoring the inaugural episode of Ins and Outs of Collecting. Okay, so let's let's get to our main topic.
Oh man,
So this
this
is one of the
week's double
things,
double.
everyone. Yeah. Okay, so this is one of the things that what we want to do with the show is that we want to be able to show the audience some of the things that's out here. Um, you and I are located in Southern California.
Yep.
Um, yeah, we want to show everybody around what's out here. What if you guys ever curious about? Hey, if I ever go out there, where can I go to go shop for things? If I want to collect this, that, or the other thing, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what we want to do. So our first stop. Now, Eddie, you and I took a trip over to Frankenstein's over the weekend.
Yeah, man.
Yesterday on Saturday. So Frankenstein's is this giant collectible show. This is, I believe, this was a converted Costco warehouse or a Sam's Club warehouse,
Yeah, I think it
something
was
like
a
that.
Sam's Club, but yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
So yeah, this was they're open on they do Wednesday nights for a few hours, and they're mainly open on Saturday and Sunday. Now, Eddie, this place is huge, right? I mean,
Oh, dude.
I've been coming here for years, and I still can't get over all the different kind of things you can find at this place. But
Dude,
first
they
of
have
all, you know
everything.
what? This Saturday morning, man. I mean, we picked a hell of a day to start, dude.
I
In the
know, man.
rain, out of all things.
Yeah.
We're in amongst the pandemic right now, so they're only allowing so many people in this place, which results in these long lines. So I
Definitely,
had to
man.
wait about a half hour just to get into the front door. And while you're over here taking your time getting whatever you got to do, you're stopping to get something to eat at Starbucks and this and that. I'm waiting over here freezing my ass off out in the cold, waiting for you.
Dude,
But
I had an hour and a half drive to get there. I had to take a piss, man. Come
yeah,
on.
yeah, you did. Yeah, yeah. This was a long commute
But
for you. I
I'm
mean,
actually surprised the line was that long in the rain. I would
yeah,
have thought people would have went home or waited in the car and just I don't know, but yeah, it was decent.
yeah. You know what? No, I mean, it wasn't really raining too bad. It was just a little bit drizzle here and there, but it did get a little bit cold.
Yeah.
But hey, this is where we met for the first time, man, and it was great. It was great to meet you in person.
Yeah, it was pretty
So,
sick, dude. Thanks for waiting in line for me.
yeah, you're waiting next time, fool. So,
Dang. All right.
going back, so this place they have all kinds of different things. I mean, I just want to start off with some of the oddball things. Like here, we've got different Loungefly backpacks or what have you,
Yeah, and
from
these are
all kinds of
everywhere, man.
different IP. Yeah, all these little things. I mean,
Yeah.
hey, look at that. We got to buy one get one half off.
Yeah.
So hey, that's something we could have taken advantage of.
I
So
think this is
everything,
they offer this stuff to like try and help out the dudes who bring their girls and because every time I go, man, if I go with my girl, well, you know the first thing she notices is these backpacks, man.
oh
Like
yeah,
these Loungefly backpacks, the freaking Grogu backpacks and all that stuff. And a lot of them are Disney too, so I
all
think
right.
that's what draws in the females is a lot of those freaking Loungefly stuff, you know.
And speaking of Disney, we'll get to that
Oh
at another
man,
time.
sounds good.
So, but yeah, man. I mean, they've got a wide array of all kinds of different things. These backpacks. Here's another booth. I don't know if this is the same booth or not, but look. I mean, look at all this stuff. More backpacks. More whatever you. I don't know what the hell I'm
Wallets,
looking at. What are these socks?
wallets,
Socks,
socks,
wallets,
hats.
hats. Right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
This is cool. Hey, look at that. There's a Mario hat
dude,
with the
it's
ears on it. I didn't even notice that.
yeah, I know, and a Pikachu with ears and the tails too. It's cool. It's like a giant. It's like a con year round. Honestly, Frankenstein's just all the stuff they offer
Yeah.
and everything you see there. It's literally like having a con year round almost. So
Right. What more could you ask for, right? I
exactly.
mean, aside from something like this, dude, they've got weapons, man. Look at this stuff.
Weapons.
We've got swords. You've got different kinds of knives. You've got I don't know. There's other booths that have freaking look at there's batarangs back here. Look at that.
Oh, battering
You know,
pocket
a
knives.
batarang knife.
Yeah.
You know, and hey, oh look at that. Someone's selling a Disney pop.
Oh
Actually,
man.
that might be a piece I might be interested in. I might be
Oh
interested in,
wow.
but anyway, look at that, dude. Look at that. There's a freaking pistol here. I mean, come on. You know. So yeah, you got all kinds of things at this place. You know, you got your weapons. Here's another photo of inside these booths, man.
Yeah, more
I mean,
pocket knives and friggin'
yeah, and this
daggers
is
and
just one. I mean, there's a few of these booths
dude, there's
that are
a
similar
bunch of
like
them.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I've seen some cool stuff where they've got these swords, right? So I don't know if you're into the Legend of Zelda, but they have the Master Sword there along with the Hylian shield, and
Oh dang.
to see that in person, I mean that's really cool. I mean you pick it up and it's got a little bit of weight to it, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah, they
that's
have
another thing.
like I've seen Lord of the Rings swords and
Yeah,
Game of Thrones swords and like ninja throwing stars and just like random stuff, you know?
yeah, all kinds of cool stuff in here. I mean,
Yeah.
hell, we saw. I think we saw over there. Thor's hammer was there along with Cap's shield. Full size 1-to-1
Oh
props.
yeah, there at one booth, yeah. There might I don't know if we have pictures of it or not, but yeah.
No,
They have like
no.
fake ones too, like foam, a lot of foam stuff. There's a booth with like all foam, like Warhammer
Oh
shit,
yeah,
Halo, like energy sword and like World of Warcraft stuff and yeah, it's pretty crazy, man.
yeah. If you really want to like bop someone upside the head, that's what you want to get, right? So, dude, Eddie, they have, as soon as you walk in, you look on the right hand side, they have this giant Toys R Us sign, man. And I've got to say, since Toys R Us has left the States, it's nice to see something like this. I mean, this is nostalgic, man. I mean, we can't go on these toy runs anymore, dude. I mean, all we're stuck with is a bunch of empty shelves at like Walmart or Target, or just or we end up at places like this or a local comic shop where sometimes they'll give you a decent deal and sometimes they hike up
Yeah,
prices on things.
they have a bunch of nostalgic stuff when you walk in. Like, so you kind of walk in and to the right, you see this Toys R Us sign, and then to the right of that they have some more nostalgic stuff, and I think it's pretty cool,
Yeah,
dude. It's like for all the
yeah.
fans.
Looking inside these booths. I mean, looking inside these display cases. There's all kinds of.
I know. I think we have pictures of this later.
Is this a Biz Marquee cereal?
I
Look
didn't
at
even notice
that.
that. I remember when we were
Wow.
there, and I was all trying to show you the Bark at the Moon Ozzy, dressed
Yeah.
up as a werewolf. I didn't even notice that was Biz
Oh
Markie.
my gosh. There's a bunch of little things you can come here all the time and there's a bunch of little things that you'll never notice. I mean, there's some cool
Yeah.
stuff up on this shelf. Good times, man. And this is one of the things too. I think that this place
Oh
is
man,
somewhat famous for. I've seen these in a lot of videos. Are these walls of pop figures?
dude, they're everywhere, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Pops.
it just seems like I remember before back in their old location that there was. I remember just one giant wall, and I want to say this is it.
I think it's yeah. I think it was the same guy or whoever's
Yeah,
booth this is. It was that. I remember
but
that wall when I first went to Frankenstein's. That's all I really collected was pops. So I went for the pops, man.
oh yeah, so this was heaven for you then, wasn't it?
Oh, dude, they have everything there.
Yeah,
So yeah, you can find anything you're looking for with
and
pops.
it's crazy like how what this isn't the only one. There are
Oh,
multiple
dude,
there are
yeah,
multiple vendors that have setups like this. I mean,
yeah.
not as vast as this wall, but it's just as insane for pops. I mean,
I would
uh,
definitely say that that's like what a majority of people go there for is pops too. Like
really,
pop game is so big, dude. I think a lot of the people that go for pops.
yeah.
I actually knew some guys that own a booth there. I haven't seen them since they were in the old location, but they
hmm
sold a bunch of pops there that I met at a pop sale in Irvine.
Now, we've referenced the old location a couple times. Let's give a little context to this old location. So this place now, like I mentioned earlier, it's a renewed Costco building or Sam's Club, whatever giant chain grocery warehouse, right?
Yeah.
So the old building was just another warehouse. I mean, it wasn't as large, but this place had the old place. The parking was just horrible. There were
Oh
these
man.
little parking spots there everybody's just trying to squeeze into, and there was nowhere to park. People
Dude,
were literally making their own parking.
dude, I had to park like miles down the road a
Yeah,
lot of the time, dude, and walk up there. I
yeah.
mean,
It
it
got to
was
the point
bad.
to where I'd get off the freeway and just park my car somewhere and just take an Uber and just get dropped off in the
Oh,
front.
that's a good idea. I never thought of that. I would freaking walk.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just crazy that old location.
And the difference between the new and the old, dude, it was hot in the old
Yes.
location. Like it
Oh
was
man,
muggy all the time.
the
All those
old
dudes up
place.
in there, It
Yeah, I
it got
mean,
hot, dude. But now it like when we went the other day, it was actually felt not bad, Like it felt like they had the air conditioning on.
yeah, yeah. I mean, considering how cold it was outside, I mean, there's a lot of people in here generating all this body heat, man, and sometimes the funk is real up in these spots, dude. I am so
The
grateful for
gooch
air
grease.
conditioning. That
The
gooch
gooch
grease is a real
grease.
thing, man. And another thing too, I mean, considering now this is a Costco or Sam's Club building, what have you, that comes with a larger parking lot, right? And the parking lot they share with other businesses. There's a Benihana's there, I believe, and a couple other restaurants that are there.
Yeah.
But dude, even with all the extra parking
It's still
spots
hard.
available, it's still bad.
Yeah.
It is still bad. You're still finding. I mean, it's not as bad as where cars are literally piling on top of each other like they were in the old place.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's really difficult to find a spot. You're gonna find yourself circling a couple times just to try to find a spot. So for anybody coming from out of town, just be prepared to wait a little bit for parking, alongside
Definitely hit up
alongside
some
with
of
the
your
wait of
friends in
getting inside.
carpool.
Yeah, absolutely for sure.
Yeah. That's what
So
we should have did, dude. We should have met somewhere further and just like drove up together.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. Maybe next time, man. But I
Sounds good.
mean, your commute's kind of out there. I'm a little bit
No, I
closer,
mean
but
like, meeting at Chick-fil-A down the street and then going there from there, you know what I mean? Like park by
oh yeah,
Chick-fil-A. That's what I mean. Cuz yeah,
oh yeah,
we're not
oh dude, for
anywhere
sure.
near.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So going back to some of the crazy things that they have now, I have no idea what I'm looking at here, other than just a bunch of just crazy anime statues, right?
Yeah, anime. It
You know,
looks like I see some My Hero Academia. I see. So they have a lot of these light up. Like I don't know what they're made out of. They're not glass, but what is that? Like acrylic or
like an
those
acrylic,
little?
possibly.
Yeah, I have one of those. My girl got me one for Christmas. But they have a lot of that stuff everywhere. Like random designs and stuff. So there's a lot of people like crafting their own stuff here. Um,
Yeah,
but there's a
yeah.
lot of anime everywhere. A lot of the anime chicks statues. Like the girls are everywhere.
Some of the stuff that we really shouldn't be showing on this show.
Oh,
Some of the things that I had to remove photos of.
oh
But
man.
yeah, some more. You
These
know what? I
statues
don't
are
know.
cool, man.
What am I looking at,
I know that Broly right there was an SDCC statue. I think.
dude? I have no
Um,
idea who you're talking
that's
about, but sure.
Bandai.
I'll
Oh,
just
that one. You got your cursor on it.
this guy
That's
right here.
Broly. Yeah, yeah. That was an SDCC statue 2 years ago. I think. I want to say. That
Wow.
Bardock up there by that one that looks like Goku with the armor on. That's next to the backpack. Right there.
Okay.
That's Goku's dad. I have that statue. Um, it's pretty cool. I forget the name of those statues, but I have some of those. They're pretty cool. But yeah, all these anime statues are cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I like the light up stuff.
this is all Dragon Ball, right? I mean, are these light up? Is this custom or is this how they or this how they're made?
I think I'm not sure, honestly. I want to say they're custom only because I've never seen these solicited anywhere else.
Yeah.
So I want to say this is that them making it, but I'm not sure.
Now I think this is might be our. No, we got a couple more. I think.
Okay.
Let me see. There we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
another
more.
display cabinet, more anime,
Yeah, more.
more. Again, I have no idea what I'm looking at, but hey, we just wanted to go ahead and share some of the
Everything
stuff
that's
that's
available.
available here, so that some of you that may be watching, here's some stuff you might be interested in. Now, here's some of the lady pics, right? Some of the lady statues that you were alluding to earlier.
I think those are One Piece. Though that second shelf, I think some of them are from One Piece. I don't know what that top shelf is, but the third shelf looks like the girls from One Piece again. Yeah, most of it looks like One Piece, like the redheaded chick and the black haired chick. They're from One Piece. Those other girls laying down, I don't know who they are, but that's what it looks like. A bunch of One Piece stuff.
What is this?
Oh, that's the. I don't know if that's an actual character or just the main character of One Piece designed as a girl, but that's what the main character looks like.
Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and move on from this slide before we get in trouble. Um, so yeah, this was an interesting booth right here. This guy, it looks like he's creating his own jewelry or something like that, right? But look at these designs. I mean, are these resin?
That's it looks like something like that, right? We didn't talk to the guy and actually ask him what he makes these out of when we were there. he was actually working on one, but they're really interesting. I've never seen this booth there, but that alien
Yeah,
skull right there, that's sick.
yeah. Look at that
Um,
thing.
yeah, so this is also what you get at Frank's, like a lot of people making their own stuff that looks really cool, like that you wouldn't find mostly anywhere else. It's really cool to add like a little thing to your to your
Look at that.
displays of stuff. Oh yeah.
$5. Now, this is some pretty cool stuff. I mean, like I said, I never seen this booth before either, so I'm wondering how long this guy has been here now. But then again, I mean, it's not like we're here like
He
every
wasn't
weekend. You
there
wouldn't
the last
notice.
time I went. And I think the last time I went before we had gone was back in September of last year.
Yeah,
And he wasn't there then, so
yeah. This is some cool stuff here.
yeah.
So amongst our travels, we ran across. I don't know. This is something completely random.
You were
Master
interested in this thing,
replicas.
right?
Yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. I mean, this is something that I remember when these dropped like way back in the day. These smaller scale stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I always told myself, you know what, I should probably get some of this stuff. But then I was turned off just because they're a smaller scale.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I was really interested in the ones that they had, but I was like, yeah, later, 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 later. And then when later finally came, you know, these guys they're not in business anymore. So
Now, is this actually? Do you know if this is metal?
I have no idea what this is
Because I
made
know
of.
that they're like back in the day. Well, I say back in the day, but just before I was collecting, there were
Yeah.
some of those little. I don't know what scale they were. Those little helmets that were die cast.
Hmm.
I think Black Series did them. So I was wondering if this was
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like that.
No, I think these are a larger scale than those Black Series helmets that they did.
Well,
These little
yeah,
diecast ones.
yeah, they were tiny. They were like Hot Wheel size. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
what is this blaster here? Like I
This is a Stormtrooper blaster from the very first Star Wars movie, A New Hope.
oh, okay.
Scaled replica. What is it?
Wow.
0.33 scale?
Yeah.
So this thing is like what, maybe 8 inches long or something like that, I want to say. I mean, if that. But yeah, it's a small piece. I mean, it's
And
it's there. It's a thing.
these like was there a bunch of these made? Like was there
You know what?
different
They
blasters
made a
and
bunch. They made a bunch of the smaller scale lightsaber hills. I think they were 0.45 scale. And
oh, that's cool.
yeah, instead of the one on one, which was weird, but at the time, but to me, they were like kind of oddly cool to where they were priced right. I want to say that they were like, I don't know, 50, $60. I mean, I could be way off,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, they were appealing, but I never really jumped on them at the time. But like I
What
said,
about
if anything, I told myself I would want to get 1-to-1 if I were to get lightsabers, but you know,
yeah.
I'm bummed that I never got the chance to jump on the master replicas now
Check
because
out that gold chrome trooper in the back there. I know you were looking at him too when we were there.
yep, that guy back there.
Yeah,
But
he's pretty dope.
yeah, our friend Dylan too was looking to sell that and was going to give me a really good price on it, but unfortunately, this is one of those figures that's kind of on the bottom barrel for me that I'm really not looking to seek right now,
Yeah.
seek to pick up. But one day, I'll pick it up. Now, moving on from Star Wars, this is something that I had before I mentioned earlier. Now, these are just more Macross stuff, right? So this
Yeah.
is something that our buddies Dean and Danny picked up. This is the VF1S.
And like you
Um,
were saying earlier, I have no idea what this is, dude.
so this is like the only anime that I have watched, right? And I freaking love this stuff right here. So this VF1S, this is like the top fighter that's available, I want to believe. Like they have like different ranks. Excuse me. Um Different variable fighters that they have. They have like different heads. There are some that are used for training. These things are. I'm sure you've seen the transformation on these things where it's a jet, and then
Yeah.
from the jet the legs come out, and the arms come out, and that's one mode. And then this is like a full on robot mode.
Yeah,
This is a piece.
I saw is it this is the one Dean picked up, right? The
This is the
Chogokin
one that
or
Dean and Danny recently picked up, dude. We were.
dude, why does it say 60 each? I
I
just
think
noticed.
that's probably for this hush statue back here,
Oh yeah, you're right. I was like, dang, on the glass
the
is 60.
Huntress.
They would have loved to pick it up for that
Dude,
price, I think.
yeah, I
But
would have broken these bars open, man, for $60. But yeah, this booth was locked up. But I think these things originally retailed for like around 180 if you were lucky enough to get them.
Yeah, I think
I
I've heard
mean, when
that.
these things dropped like sometime last year, um, where they were doing After Dark Live with Dean and Zach, and Dean, myself, and Danny were trying to get online just to order one of these things, man. And it was just as soon as the pre-order went up, they flew off the shelf. They disappeared. They were gone.
Wow.
So unfortunately, these pieces, if you're looking to pick them up, these are the Bandai Chijoken figures, by the way. I think they're 148 scale.
What do they
And
go for now? Like
now,
now in the
I
secondary
believe
market?
a good deal, you're probably looking at 300, and
Wow.
that's a good price. So easily double the price, and then they're just going up from there.
Wow.
But these are really cool figures, and this is just one that I really want to have for myself sometime. Someday
Now
I'll probably pick this guy up.
Chigogan, doesn't that mean that they have some diecast in them? Or I thought that that's what Shigoken was. They had some diecast stuff in them.
Yeah, these I believe these are upgraded before. So another company, Yamato, had the same type of scale, right? And they were all just full on plastic. They were cool
Hmm.
looking, but they were a bit flimsy. These are a lot more highly polished figures. I believe there is die cast in these parts, and they're
Hmm.
just the way they retool these things. I mean, they're completely way better than their predecessors.
Well, that's
But
cool, man.
but yeah, someday, man.
Someday.
So let's so let's move on.
Yeah.
So we ran into this booth that was really cool. They had some badass statues up in here, right?
Oh man.
So I want to, unfortunately, we didn't get the name of the booth. So, but let's just show some of the stuff that they got. Now, the first up we have was the Rock. Now, I don't recall who makes this thing,
I
but
believe it's PCS.
is it PCS?
I think so. Yeah.
But
Pop
yeah, this
culture shock.
thing, dude, this looks so good, man.
Dude,
I thought
it's beautiful.
this looks so much better in person than I saw in the pictures. I mean, I don't think this photo does it justice, but it's a really nice looking statue.
It's a pretty good photo, man. But yeah, it in person, dude, it looks sick. I've wanted to pick this up. I'm not a super huge wrestling fan, but I love
Yeah,
The Rock, and I
right.
did watch him wrestle when I was younger. So, and they
Hmm.
have the switch out actually where you take his whole torso off and it turns him into that younger I believe it was the Attitude Era version of The Rock where he had hair and he had the people's eyebrow and it looks really sick, and he has like the old tattoo that he had on his arm and everything. But yeah, it's beautiful in person. It looks really
Yeah,
great. So
I really think they nailed the portrait on this guy. I mean, I think that looks just like him.
this is the
And
way
it,
I would have it displayed, just because
yeah,
this
I
is
mean, look at the
my
details in his
version of The Rock.
arms, dude. Down to the skin. Look, the
Now looking at
tattoo.
I
The
remember I saw
tattoo.
one review of it, and the one complaint that I think a lot of people had was in the eyes. I think the eyes are
Really?
kind of he's a little cross-eyed or a little lazy eye or something. You kind of could see like one's looking. This one
uh,
doesn't look too bad, but like maybe in the left eye you can see it's looking a little to the left, you know.
yeah,
But it looks.
yeah.
I think it looks good.
Moving on. Now, this is a custom Ahsoka piece. I remember we were talking about this with Danny,
Yeah,
and this is a quarter scale, I believe. And you know what? I don't know who the hell made this.
I
I,
want to
I
say Danny said it was MYC's first or one of their first statues of
I'm
Ahsoka.
I thought he said it
Oh,
was something else.
no, Zion Arts.
Zion Arts.
Zion
Okay,
Arts, right?
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Um, I think it looks great. I normally don't like when the face is off from how I see her in Clone Wars and stuff, but I think this one looks good. I think the pose is great. I like the sexiness of it. I think it looks great to me.
I think this is something that our buddy Steve over there at Rogue 16 would appreciate.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I like the liberties they took with her outfit there.
So much sexy here. Now this looks like a. Oh no. Well, maybe I don't know. This kind of looks like a McCrory style Vader helmet. To me, it
Oh,
does. I don't know if you can tell or not, or if you're familiar with it.
I know what you're talking about, but I wouldn't be able to spot it like you
Yeah.
would, you know.
Well, you can usually spot it with the way that the helmet is. I mean, the
The eyes
helmet
were a
kind
little
of dips
different with
up.
McCory, right? Aren't they like more triangular?
they're like this. It's just the helmet up here. It kind of goes up a little bit more, like into the helmet, to where it looks like he's
Yeah.
making like an angry expression. And I
And the
think
eyes are the eyes are bluish, I thought, with the Mercuri, not red. I could be wrong, but
yeah,
that's just
no,
what I'm thinking.
I think that's true. But I don't know if our friends over from Rogue 16 are watching this. I'm sure they're gonna say
Let
something
us
to
know in
correct
the
us.
comments.
Right? Yeah. Let us know how wrong we are.
I know, right?
Next statue. We were looking at Malgus here, right?
Yeah. Dude, this
Now
was sick
this is a badass looking statue,
and
man. Look at this
imposing.
guy.
It was huge, dude.
Yeah, this is what, quarter scale too, isn't it?
I believe it's quarter scale,
Yeah. Now,
but
you
yeah,
know what? Typically for something like this, I mean, I prefer mixed media, but
it looks pretty
they
good.
got this thing sculpted so well where, you know what, it looks great the way that it is.
Yeah, dude, and it's obviously a custom too. I don't know what custom group would have done this, but they did a great job. I've never seen this statue. I've seen people pick up Malgus. Like, I believe there's a sideshow version, I think, but this looks fantastic.
Yeah. Does our man in the chair happen to know what this piece is?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll wait for his comment. Now, here we go, starting with the
Negative
older.
Ghost Rider.
What's that?
Negative.
Uh, all right. So going back to the older mythos. Now, this was an Obi-Wan Kenobi that's going for stupid money right
Dude.
now.
And
This is one of Sideshow's original mythos pieces, I believe, right?
they're gonna take my
Now,
statue card for this, but I am not a fan of this statue.
you know what? I mean,
I don't care for it. I mean it. There's a ton of detail in it. I just I don't know what it is. I don't like it. I did notice the people say about the head sculpt, like that one is closer um to the
Alec
older
Guinness and
Obi.
yep,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And you could see it in this. Man, dang, look, that dude's been through
I
some
think
hard
this is more
times.
I think this is the Ewan McGregor one. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
the
because
Alec
the one on the
Guinness.
ground, I don't know if you could see it in the pictures. It was on the ground next to it. That one, I think I'd have the older version on him, but
Yeah.
yeah, they have that there.
You know what? I do like what this statue represents. I like the idea
The
of Obi-Wan
Mythos look,
just out there being out in the sands of Tatooine for the longest time, just carrying around his gear. Look at that. I mean, his old armor from the Clone
and I
Wars.
mean, this one already commands a high price, right? Imagine what happens when that show actually comes out, and
Oh, dude,
that's
yeah.
the version of Obi we're getting. You know,
This what was his price at? Did you happen to see the price over
I
here?
didn't see this one.
Man, if it's compared to the other statues that we saw, 3,000.
Yeah, I know.
That's cheese. I mean, hey, but for those of you that can afford it, man, I mean,
Go
props to
for
you guys. That's good for you for being able to obtain this.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's a good looking piece, but I mean, I don't know. To me, just the paint apps aren't like realistic enough for me to want to pick something up like this up. But no, it's a good looking statue.
yeah, for sure.
Moving on. I forget who this is, but she looks cool. I
This
mean,
is
chick with a
Asajj.
cloak and a lightsaber. Huh?
Isn't this Asajj? It's just like a different look
Is
for
it
Asajj.
Asajj?
I think so.
Dude,
That's what
I'm
I
gonna
thought
get.
anyway.
It might be. It might be, man. Danny, if
Yeah, I
you're out there,
believe
is it
this is
Asajj? Okay, yeah, it's Asajj. Premium format
yeah.
Asajj. Thank you guys.
Yeah, it's just
So,
an older like I don't know if it's the
dude, I didn't
like a
recognize
book
her.
look or something, but it's not
Yeah.
like the Clone Wars look that we're going for.
Nor is it the, well, it might be closer to the original animated Clone Wars that happened like way back in the day.
Oh
But dude,
yeah.
this is I like this. I like how this came out. You know, I mean, I know you said you weren't much of a fan, but I like how she's looking off to the left. You know, there's something about when I see these types of sculpts. I don't mind these sculpts looking off to the left. You know, in general, I mean this is represented to me very well, to where I wouldn't mind that look off. But it's a good looking piece, man.
Yeah, I think it looks great. It's not my Asajj, so I wouldn't want it. It's not my version of Asajj, but it looks good.
Now the next one, Eddie. This is one that I know that's going out there for stupid money right now, and
Oh
I don't
man.
understand it. I mean, sure, it's cool. The Darth Talon, right? So you know what? I don't know much about her character in general. I mean, was she Legends or something like that? I don't know if she was in the books or in the game, or I don't know. I mean, hell, I'm probably gonna get my Star Wars card taken away from me from not knowing this, but you know, hey, it is what it is.
Oh dude, if you don't know, I'm not gonna know. You gotta be my info
So
guy.
again, this is one of those Sith characters where it looks cool, but to me the paint apps aren't just realistic enough
I love the
to.
statue, and I don't know anything about Darth Talon, um,
Hmm.
but I think it looks great. I'm a big Maul fan. I love that tribal, thing she's got going on. The red skin,
Yeah,
I mean, it's a sexy statue. I love it. I wouldn't pay the price that it's commanding right now, but if it was,
$3,000 price tag this has.
yeah, if it was back in the day when it was still up for sale, I would have probably got it.
Yeah, I think our eyes could have
She's
been.
I believe she's Darth Maul's apprentice at some point, if I'm
Oh,
right.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's got that Dathomir look to her, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, these were some cool pieces that we saw over here, man. I mean, they look a lot better in person, but I mean, ultimately, like I said, I'm in Southern California. And I'm scared to collect stuff like this. So moving on. Now, when I saw this piece, right, this Cholo Stormtrooper, right away I'm thinking of our buddy Fern, big old Fern, man. This is
Dang.
something that I see. I've never met him yet, but this is how I imagine him.
This is how you envision Fern.
Right? Yeah. I mean, $120 for a little kid bash. I mean, hey, 6 scale, not too bad.
This is the Fools Gone Wild trooper, the Cholo trooper.
Dude. Yeah,
Dude, that
yeah.
hand sculpt goes perfectly with this freaking trooper, dude. I didn't even think about that's that sideshow hand sculpt that's like, yo,
Right. It doesn't bother you that the handpiece is off from the helmet, the color of the
Oh
helmet.
no, dude. It looks good.
Dude, that's a cool looking piece, though, man. I dig
That
it.
is pretty dope. If you got troopers, you got to get the Cholo trooper in there.
Yeah,
If
I
you
mean,
got a
dude. Now you're
trooper
thinking.
collection.
Now you got me thinking about going back to go pick this up, dude. I just got one thing to tell you.
Wow. Dang,
So
Danny.
off to the next one. Now, Alien versus Predator. Got off. That's right. But dude,
Yeah,
this is a sick looking piece too. This is what is this? This is like a no.
I
This is a
think
one
this
tenth
is.
scale. Is it a 1/10?
It
Because it was a
It
little bit
looked
smaller than we saw the
closer.
quarter scales.
Yeah, it looked closer to 1/10. Maybe like. It's definitely not smaller than 1/10. It's like 1/10, maybe 1/8, maybe.
Look at that,
Um.
just choking this guy with his freaking.
Yeah,
Even his mouth is thick.
I think this is meant to mimic the scene from AVP when they're explaining like why they in why the aliens are around for the predators to fight them. But it's kind of looks like, but in that scene in the movie, they're like on a top of a pyramid, and the aliens are like attacking them, swarming from the bottom of the pyramid. But it was great.
I got another confession to make. This is
What's
another
that?
movie on my list of shame.
I don't think a lot of people like AVP and AVPR, so I think you're good. I think I'm again one of the only people that like really love this movie, and I think people like the older Predators and the older Alien movies, but I like AVP a lot.
Off to the next one. Wonder Woman.
It seems like our guys in the chair agree with me that that's an amazing movie. So Mario, get on it. Do we have a do your homework?
You know what? I didn't do my homework and I did not get that clip. So you
Dang.
know what? Noted. maybe
All right.
maybe for the next show. So what do we got here? Premium format Wonder Woman.
I know it's Sideshow. I don't know if it's maquette premium format. I don't know how that works, but yeah,
I like
it's Sideshow Wonder Woman.
this was is this a quarter scale, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. I like the pose on this thing. It looks pretty good.
yeah, I like the pose too.
Yeah. Enough of that.
Yeah, I'm not a big DC guy, man, but this
Yeah.
Wonder Woman looks fantastic, even better to me. But
Iron Studios 1/10 scale. These look at the paint apps on this thing, man. I mean the
dude, the
reflective
sculpt, look at the
gold.
face of a 1/10 scale. Like it's pretty spot on for
Yeah.
her, I think. And maybe this photo isn't doing it justice, but in person, like the gold really popped and it looked great. Like we were pretty amazed with all of these Iron Studio statues in this case.
Dude, I mean, yeah, I've never really seen these up close. And then when I saw these, I was just like,
Yeah,
wow.
like, did you get photos of the cable and the other two that I was looking at there? Like, are those in the next couple lineups or?
This is what you're talking about?
Oh yeah, that cable
Yeah.
looked sick. In like, I always felt in the promo pics it looked like a little soft maybe on the sculpt, like it wasn't there. But in person, I mean, the detail was insane.
But I see they got a gas grenade going on.
Yeah, a little Deadpool reference there. Yeah, these
Oh, dude,
these
I didn't even
are
catch that.
yeah, dude.
Wow.
These are beautiful pieces, man. So
Now
definitely
these are
makes me think
also,
twice about getting some Iron Studios stuff.
dude, yeah, they're killing it with the 110 scale, man. I mean, considering the size, these look pretty good.
Right? That
Pretty,
Thanos looks great.
pretty. Now, what is this?
It
What's he doing
looks
here?
like
What am I looking at?
I think they just have the arm behind the head. That's a swap out left arm with the snapping finger, and then a swap out head. But they got it posed like he's falling asleep in school.
Oh, okay. Thought he was gonna curl up in the fetal or something like that.
Oh,
What do you think about the rescue armor here?
I thought the rescue was cool. I wasn't. I was honestly like in amazement at this cable and the Thanos, and
Yeah.
I believe the Kratos was in the corner over there. I thought they were insane, but yeah, the
Yeah. Speaking of
Kratos.
which, right over here.
Yeah, I haven't played this game, but that statue looks sick.
Yeah. Hey, look at Freddy Krueger back here. He's
Yeah,
like,
Kruger
he's like,
too.
what's up, fool? Moving on.
Yeah.
Now, this next piece, I know this is something that you were really, really interested in picking up yourself. This Wolverine, man,
Oh yeah. The
dude,
Sideshow premium format, or is it
that's
Marquette? I'm not
this
sure
is a
either.
nice looking Wolverine, man.
But yeah, it looks good. It has the mixed media pants actually. The jeans are mixed media, and it makes it look even better too. I believe.
Dude, it looks sculpted.
It's media.
Wow.
It's fabric. But yeah, I really need. I would like a Weapon X in my collection, but I love this Logan, and it's sculpted by Daniel Bell, who's one of my favorite statue sculptors. Since I mean, I love his statues since I've started, getting into statues and looking at different pieces. I have my first statue ever is the Thor Breaker of Brimstone that he sculpted that is amazing, and he's definitely coming up and sculpting some great stuff.
Now, here's a set I know our friend PJ, the Paradox Nerd, is really interested in also. The 110th Iron Studios Thundercat set.
And this was amazing too. And like, if you're worried about like 1/10 scale, maybe not your scale. If you get all of them and put them together, like you don't even notice the size of these. I don't think they really pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah, these are really good
I think the only one that wasn't there was the twins. I don't remember their names. I mean, Thundercats was like from when I was
yeah.
really young, but yeah, that's the
Yeah.
only one that's not there.
Really cool looking set, man.
Yeah.
These things were a trip. Now, these I don't were these Iron Studios also, do you remember?
I think this is just a custom. This is just a custom. It's a small scale, like smaller than 3 3/4. It was just a very detailed diorama that we saw of the Terminators attacking some people. Like in the bottom right there, I barely noticed it. You can see some of the soldiers there fighting back.
Oh yeah,
I
look
didn't
at that.
even, at first, I didn't notice it, but yeah, they're kind of holed up right there. But yeah, it's beautiful. I think it was $300.
It's not bad considering,
Yeah, for a
everything that
custom.
it comes with.
Like if you have a sick Terminator setup and you just throw that in there, that's dope.
All right, guys, we're gonna get a little sexy here.
Oh man,
Let's
I
start off
think
with this. I've got no idea what this is, but hey, you know what? I can appreciate fine art when I see it. Wouldn't you agree?
oh, I agree, man. Yeah, exactly. Wowza, man. Holy crap. I was trying to figure out who this was. Like I know why we're looking at the statue obviously, but I couldn't figure out what like
Well, I
um
mean, hey, it's all about the handcuffs here, right?
yeah,
I
dude, those
mean,
handcuffs. I
look at
mean,
that. Yeah,
look at the
that's a
detail
nice set of
there.
handcuffs they got going on here.
Yep.
Hell,
Yep.
even with the
The
baton.
baton. Yeah.
Yeah, she's I wouldn't want to mess with her, dude. Now moving on from the police to the beach.
Oh man.
So who do we have? I don't know.
It's
Whatever,
like
but
uh, I don't.
some
It's like
Street
a
Fighter
fighting
character.
game. Yeah, it's a fighting game. I don't know if it's Street Fighter or. Oh, okay. Our guy in the chair is saying Street Fighter. So Street Fighter, they have a whole line of them on like in these beach outfits, which I'm guessing is like a secondary skin you could use in one of the games. I'm guessing, but they have like a whole line of these.
Yeah. There's something else. I think this is Emma
Oh
Frost.
man, yeah, yeah. Emma Frost. I like how they have this like her cloak, like she just threw it off and it's kind of like falling to the sides still. I
You
like
know
that
what?
look.
I do not see a cloak in this picture, but I'm sure it's here somewhere.
I know, man.
Now who's this? Do you know?
She's got a Hydra
Oh, Hydra.
base,
Well, look at that. Yeah, I just noticed that.
so I'm not sure either. It looks, I mean, it's green, so it looks like hella to me. But oh, look, I'm in the background there. What the?
Look at this sexy beast.
Yeah, I don't
Too
know
much
who it
sexy in
is,
this photo.
but it looks good. Oh, dude, I love these. This is the
Yeah.
fantasies line, the by J. Scott Campbell, one of my favorite comic artists. But he's got
Yeah.
the Little Mermaid here, and behind that we have Alice. But I love this line of statues, dude. He designs female characters so well.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw this too, and it was a real eye catcher. I
There's
mean,
two versions of this. There's a blonde-haired version as well, which I
yeah.
believe the blonde-haired version is for sale on the site still. I
I
think
mean,
this brown-haired version was an exclusive to like Sideshow. Like you had to pick it up in person or something. I
pick it up
believe
in
I saw
person. They
that.
let people pick up things at Sideshow.
I think it was. I remember it said something like that on the website, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good looking piece there, man. I think you said there's an Alice in Wonderland also, right? That was made by the
Yeah,
same person.
it's behind it.
Oh, that's right. She was there by Ahsoka, right?
Yeah, they did Little Mermaid, Alice in Wonderland, Tinkerbell. The newest one in the lineup is Cinderella. That one I don't think is released yet. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah,
Now
another
this one here
Kratos.
is this a custom? Is this a kit bash or is this something that's
This
coming
is
out? Or still?
Mondo,
Oh,
I
this is the
believe.
Mondo one. So this is one the
Yeah,
Optical 20 I think was talking about picking up.
it looks great. I believe they're decently priced too.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
Yeah, it looks really good to me.
His own decapitated head he's got sitting there too, huh?
That's a god, I believe. That's not. It's not unless it's a switch out sculpt. I think that's a god's head that he chopped off and he like carries it as like a trophy or something.
That is
I want to say that's what that is.
that is sick, man. Literally
Yeah.
and figuratively.
Yeah.
Run DMC.
Oh man.
Now these are some sort of artist line interpretation,
Yeah, I
whatever.
don't know. I don't know what these
Yeah,
were, but they were cool.
yeah, they were cool looking. So
And
thought I'd
there's
stick
not a
with
lot
that.
of like musician collectible stuff out there, right? Like it's statue wise and stuff.
Yeah, dude. So you know what? We've been at this for about an hour and 23. We've got a lot more stuff going on. Moving
Let's go.
on. So here's the. I believe this is the NECA booth right here. So
Yeah.
there's a vendor here that sells everything NECA. So if NECA's your thing, you got to come see this lady.
Yeah, I believe
She
it's
she literally is known as the NECA lady.
yeah, the NECA lady and her daughter run the booth, I guess.
Yeah.
They have a lot of stuff that you can't find in stores and a lot of the quarter scale stuff that they have up there. I was looking for a Master Chief while I was there, but no luck.
She doesn't happen to
Um,
have any of the. Look at that, the almanac. She doesn't happen to
yeah.
have any of the turtles though, does she? I didn't
She
look.
had the quarter scale Leonardo, I believe. It was in there.
Okay, but I know some of the 7 inchers, the smaller
Oh,
scale
the new
ones are
stuff.
sought
I didn't
after.
see any of the animated stuff that everybody's going crazy over.
Now this
So
next booth here, probably one of the more popular booths. But for some reason I just can't remember the name. So Eddie, tell us about this booth.
oh man, this is super bad action figures
Super bad
run
action
by
figures.
Tim and Jesse. They're on Instagram if you guys are interested. I think they actually ship out to people that aren't in Cali, but they have some. They have. I mean, they have a sick Hot Toys setup there. I mean, obviously we got everything right here, Hulkbuster, and I love this Punisher War Machine. But they're pretty decent. I mean, they have a big selection, and just recently the prices are not what I'd want them to be. So I'm not
that's
a fan of
unfortunate.
that. You know, we were in there, we were asking for some stuff, and the prices are a little steep.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
you figure that they'd be offering standard pre-order prices on things that are still on pre-order status. But
exactly right. But they do
yeah,
have some stuff that you can't that are harder to find. But this Grogu here, dude, I was iffy on
yes,
this, and seeing this thing in person, holy crap, man, I want it.
dude. You know
I was
what?
actually
Same
gonna go
here.
to my comic shop today and see if they still had them.
No kidding, really?
Yeah, but I ended up not going. But yeah, in person it looks
Yeah,
great.
this. You know what? This has been discussed over and over again. And I know we're late to the party, but seeing this in person really makes a big difference. I mean, look at the details in the eyes, man. Look at that.
I know the eyes were
All the way
pretty.
down to the individual strands of hair.
Yeah,
I
on the
mean,
head.
the rosy cheeks. I mean, they're not too bad in
In
person,
person,
but
I didn't even bug me at all, honestly. And I don't know if they messed with theirs at all here or not, but
yeah, beautiful looking piece.
yeah,
A few more
more
six
Hot
scale
Toys.
random stuff here. And Bill and
Yeah,
Ted set that finally came out.
I think that actually that Green Goblin there, I think that's a sought after statue for
Is it?
Goblin fans. Yeah, I want to say it is.
Look at that. We got some Last of Us figures up here.
Never played this game, so
Dude, really? Do you
yeah,
have a PS4?
yeah. I have a PS4 and an
Okay,
Xbox.
get this game and play it. You owe it to yourself. This game is a freaking masterpiece.
All right, I'll have to check it out. We'll do. We got homework assignments now. You gotta watch the
Yeah, right.
movie
Everything from video
first and
games to
game.
movies.
Yeah, this was great.
Gambit. Gambit's Sideshow PF.
It's either a PF or a maquette. I don't know how that works, but yeah, it's one
He's
of
even
them.
got the toothpick. Look at that. You can't
Yeah,
have
that.
Gambit without a toothpick, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a gorgeous looking statue, man.
It's
I know our man in the chair
definitely.
has this piece.
I think it's the best licensed Gambit there is. The XM has one too, but I think this one is far superior.
Six scale Wolverine here with surprisingly no broken limbs.
Look at those freaking cheekbones, dude. That doesn't bug anybody who gets this thing. Like, look at
I
what
don't
the
think it
hell.
looks that bad. I mean, I've seen some of the
You
Tony
don't
Nese
think
sculpts that
so?
kind of look like that.
This
Nah,
dude looks like he has
I mean,
that weekend the weekend plastic surgery going on his face, dude.
oh wow, dude. You know, what? I was surprised with these guys. I mean, I was on the fence about picking these up before, but seeing these things in person, it really makes a difference.
The boba looks great.
Yeah,
I like the boba a lot. I know some people aren't a fan of that, but I
and
like
this
it a lot.
Lando too. I
Oh,
mean,
that's the newest one, right?
this is the newest one that just dropped, and it doesn't look bad.
It looks great, I think. And if you want this version of Lando, like who knows if we'll ever get that? I want this a lot. This is the
Yeah,
Blitzway Hannibal Lecter that has like complete swap out arms to do this pose, so you don't have to worry about getting it set that way
is
yourself. But in
does he look
person,
like
the
he's
head sculpt
cross-sighted?
looks a little better, I guess. Eh,
I don't
maybe a
know.
little, but in person it looks really sick. They had the other one too.
Now this is an eye catcher, dude.
Yeah, the Prime
I
One
mean,
Batman Who Laughs.
look at that. That is just freaking sick.
I think this is sold out everywhere. Everybody loves this piece. I'm not. I mean, I like the death metal look. You know, that's
Yeah.
what the line of comics is death metal. I love that look. I think it's cool. I don't fall into the hype of that. This Batman. Now this is a Batman I would want.
Yeah, 89 is pretty near and dear to my heart as well. Harley
Harley.
Quinn.
Yeah.
I think next to her was some sort of Frankenstein statue. Unfortunately, I didn't get a picture of. Now, what the hell is this?
I believe it starts with a G. It's
It
an
starts with a
anime.
G?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
right
is
in the
it from
back
an
of.
anime?
It's like right. Oh, our guy in the chair is saying Guyver. So I was right
Guyver.
with a G.
Yeah.
Um,
You got that.
I know that Alex from Rad Titans statue um, channel. He really loves this line of statues. They look really good. I mean, the detail was
I never
insane.
know. I never noticed this in front of him. Look at that.
What the hell is that?
I don't know, but it looks cool.
All right.
Now here are some of the selections of the Hot Toys 1/6 scales that they have over here.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah, I know like a lot of collectors that will look at this wall and salivate for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I know these Luke Skywalkers. Our friend from 6 Scale Scavengers, Brian Fontaine, is looking to start up his Luke Skywalker collection again. And you can find him here, man. But if you're gonna pay,
I would
you're
wait.
really gonna pay for these things.
For anybody who wants a Luke, I'll just wait for that Mando version to come out.
Some of the Marvel Hot Toys releases.
Yeah, they have a lot of selection, dude.
Yeah, these guys have a pretty good selection of 6 scale.
Harder to find stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
So
they have two. They had two that I really wanted: a Dustan from Prince of Persia and a Royce from Predator, the movie.
yeah.
Not a lot of people like those, but I really want those Hot Toys. But yeah, just prices are a little steep. But
Again, what's this booth called? What's the name of this booth?
super bad action figures.
Super Bad Action Figures, y'all. Come check them out.
Yeah,
Walking along. One Punch Man.
yeah. The left is Naruto, I think. Could be wrong, but I knew that was One Punch Man. I think that's something from Naruto, maybe.
Dude, look at
Yeah,
that.
great looking
Look at
statues.
that. That is just freaking insane.
And it's pretty big too, the size of it. I think it was.
But I love that detail. I mean,
Yeah.
dude.
He punched the freaking hole in him, dude. That's what his arm is there. Like he literally just went like that and punched a hole in the dude.
Look at the expression on his face, man.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. What else we got? Another Rick
Oh
Hunter from
man.
Robotech. Yeah, Buddy Dean has his figure. Now here's a couple things that drew my eye. I'm a bit of a Disney fan. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't actively collect like a bunch of princesses and stuff like that, but I mean, Disney is close
You know
to my
what's
heart.
funny,
you know?
dude? I started collecting with Pops, and these look too cute for me. Like the whole big eye, big head thing bugs me, and I know saying that being a Pop collector, like I know, but that's what I don't like about them. Oh, look at that Jack Sparrow in the back. I didn't see that one.
Hey, look at that. There's a dude amongst all these chicks.
Wow.
Look at that. These are pretty cool. Little video game.
3D art.
3D.
Kinda. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a
That's cool to
Sonic
see.
one that was really cool.
Yeah. I'm super nostalgic for Street Fighter, man.
If I would have
freaking
seen
love
a
this
Golden
game.
Axe one, I would have been all in on it. I didn't notice if there was one, but some more custom stuff that you can find a lot of at Frankenstein's, since these are coasters. There's a lot of wood burning kind of customs. They have like phone cases and all kinds of stuff, but oh man.
You know, we're in the sports
Ripped
section
Black
here.
Mamba.
Yeah. And to see Kobe, man, 1996. What was he, 17 years old when he was drafted?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a future this kid had ahead of him, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
One
Rest
of
in
the
peace, Kobe.
one of the many bad things of 2020.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh,
I gotta hit him.
oh,
We gotta hit him with it.
hang on.
Yeah, a whole
That's
booth,
right, guys. We are entering into third-party territory here.
right?
Here we go with the Daredevil. All kinds of cool stuff here. Anything in this booth that stood out to you?
The Ock there. I believe that's Toys Era as well. I'm getting that. Some people got it in hand already. Mine hasn't shipped out. I think it ships in February, but that obviously with my Green Goblin, that'll pose well. But they have a lot of those X-Men Toys Era stuff back there. They had that Morpheus back there. Caught my eye. The third-party Morpheus. I really want that to go with my Neo. There's some Ace Toys Rangers there that I'm sure Zach would love because he needs that Green Ranger. He thinks his set is complete, but it's not.
Hey, there's a Boba Fett back there. Look at that. I didn't even notice that.
Oh yeah, it was a statue. I don't know what statue it is, but yeah, nothing but third-party stuff. It's pretty cool that they offer that. I mean, Where else are you gonna find third-party stuff?
Along with some actual Star Wars vintage here. I mean,
Didn't you say that Imperial shuttle there was a sought after one? Is that the one that you were talking about, or am I thinking of a different one?
you're thinking of a different one. This is the actual vintage one from like when I was a young lad.
Oh, okay.
Cool
So
stuff. It's
Ben,
always nice to see these vintage Star Wars here, man.
Ben Ware would know all about this stuff. I have no
Yep.
clue.
Yeah. This is his bag. All these vintage things.
I'm into collecting 3 3/4 now with those carded stuff, but I don't
Yeah.
have any of that vintage.
Now I saw this, man, and this is something that's really dear to me. I've always liked this setup. I mean, these are the first 12 Kenner figures that were dropped
Yeah,
from the original Star Wars movie.
and
I think these figures came out in '78, and
I remember we were talking about this photo, and the first thing I noticed was the spelling of C3PO
C3PO
and R2D2.
R2D2, the actual
That's pretty
spelling.
funny, dude.
You gotta love it, man.
Yeah.
These are pretty cool to see.
These caught my eye because I love clones, and I'm not getting into helmets. I'm saying it now. I'm not buying helmets. But
Are
these were cool.
Are these licensed or are these customs?
No, these are customs. I don't think
Right.
I'm not familiar with helmet like production and like who make. I know you know there's companies out there, but I'm not sure with what they've made. But I'm pretty sure these are customs. I mean, they're not bad prices for what they are, I guess. The wolf one looks really cool. I thought the Bly looked cool, but after we were talking about it, you're right. Like the color seems a little off.
There's just something off about this one.
Yeah.
I like
I
the
like the
Bakara.
wolf. Yeah, Bakara looks good
cool.
too.
Yeah. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Now here's some of these smaller scale lightsabers we were talking about. I mean, I don't know if these are the .45s, but yeah, this completely threw me off compared to the Dooku, the big, thick Dooku that I've picked up from Galaxy's Edge.
Man, you need 2 hands.
Yeah.
I like that Dooku, man. I want to pick it up. These are cool. I don't know if these were for sale or just on display. They're cool. I mean, the scale is not going to bug me at all. I'm just putting it up with, posing it next to the hot toy or whatever, but I thought they looked cool.
I think these are master replicas.
Oh, really?
However, no, maybe they are.
What hilts are these? Do you know? Like, what's the top hilt and what's the bottom? Are they those same?
This looks like, I want to say this is the Empire Strikes Back Luke hilt.
Okay.
And the original the Graflex one.
Mm-hmm.
This, not sure. I want to say this might be a New Hope.
Yeah.
I want to say it's a New Hope. Yeah, because you can tell the difference because these ones here the blades here don't have these little screws in there like these ones do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can see on the other side, which you can't, there was a different activation switch for this little circuit board, and the other one was like a bubble strip. But,
okay.
Yeah, cool stuff. Yeah, this is more, again, bunch of more random stuff.
That you can find.
All kinds of crazy. This is the shuttle I was talking about that's kind of sought after right now.
Oh, yeah, right.
Releasing the Saga collection.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of the last ones that we saw. I think it's from the original mold. But
Target exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah, cool stuff. This was cool to see. These are all Bandai Macross figures. Vintage stuff. And our buddy Dean and Danny will love this stuff here.
That I know nothing about. I mean, I know.
Stuff. Little Indiana Jones setup here.
Dude, I've never seen Indiana Jones. That's one I need to do my homework on.
Wait. What?
I've never seen any of the Indiana Jones movies.
Bro. Seriously?
Seriously, dude.
Oh, Eddie. Dude, I'm ready to kick you from the show, man.
Damn.
You know what?
You're gonna hit him with the... Why don't you hit him with it? Hit him with the...
Dude, you made me do it.
Oh, man.
Why do you make me do this, Eddie?
Hey, man. Cut me some slack here, man.
Okay. All right. You know what? I think that's probably going to be one of the first ones. I'm going to make you sit down and watch these Indiana
Harrison
Jones
Ford, like, I'm a big Harrison Ford fan, too, and I've never seen... I don't know. I guess because my mom didn't watch them, so she never showed them to me as a kid. But, yeah, I'll get on it. Oh,
little
Rocketeer love for Zach there.
Why was I thinking Iron Patriot?
That is the original Iron Patriot, dude.
Sure. Sure.
That's
This
the
was cool
old.
to see.
Yeah.
This was movie theater uh, setups.
Yeah.
This was nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we had a couple cosplayers here. Ran into a little Wonder Woman.
You know, I've been to Frank's a couple times, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody cosplaying. And then,
Yeah.
like, to look over and just see this random chick, like, does she own this booth? Or, like,
I
when we were
don't know.
there, I was like, she's just standing there, like,
Just browsing around. Like she could be just
She
checking
doesn't
up
look-
on her inventory.
she doesn't look very happy to be there either. I wonder if, like, her husband owns the booth and he's like, look, if you wear this today, I'm going to get some sales. So he's pimping out his wife, maybe. I don't know. But I know when she saw us taking photos, she kind of looked at us like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Well, hey, you just happen to be in frame.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's a guy that does some custom stuff, right? Custom costumes, all these little props and stuff, whatever for whatever your whatever
There's
your
a
cosplay
custom
needs
booth.
to require.
Yep, they have some like robes and stuff too, and yeah, I think he does 3D printed stuff if you're looking for it. So it's cool. There's literally something for whatever you're looking for at Frank's. So
Now I believe this is that guy. Ooh, Josh. What was his
Toy Hideout?
toy hideout?
Yeah, it is Toy Hideout because they have the pictures of the pre-orders on the side there.
Yeah, this guy has a bunch of hot toys too.
Like
This booth is pretty
everything,
busy
dude.
too.
He has.
What's
I
that?
didn't know this. I thought this stuff was for sale, but like all of this is he's displaying his collection, and he will sell if he has like extras. But if he only has that one that's in the case there, he won't sell it because it's his collection. So, but I mean, he has
Yeah.
he had something of everything. I mean, third party, custom stuff, hot toys. Like, there's all kinds of stuff here. I'm sure this is like one of the booths people would be fascinated to go to Frank's and see. A lot of the times I go, even if I'm not buying anything, like I'll just go here just to look at everything in person and get an idea of if I want that figure or not.
There's Josh right there,
Yeah.
the owner of the booth.
And he's got all kind. He doesn't just have hot toys. He has everything. He's got
Yeah,
Black
anything you're looking
Series,
for?
McFarlane, Pops, statues, all kinds of stuff. So definitely a cool booth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for right now. So everybody, I want to let you guys know that if anyone is interested in a walkthrough, we went ahead and recorded footage of a lot of what you saw here, but in video form, and we'll be posting about a 15-minute video walkthrough if you guys are interested. So yeah, look for that on the feed.
Please watch it. It was a lot of recording. Even if you don't watch the whole thing, just do me a favor and check it out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
My first edited walkthrough video. I'm proud of it.
Yeah, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that.
And a
Went
lot
into
of
the making of that video.
re-editing because
Yeah.
some picky dudes, they're like, just add some of this in there. Just add some of that. And
Yeah, that was cool. I want to see it again. Again!
dude, I love that one. But yeah, let's
So Eddie, let's give a shout out to our Patreons here.
Patreonies. We got thank you to our Patreons: Ben Porter, Sean Fear, Ian CB, Renee Mendez, Eric Mariscal, Quinn Aguirre, Leo Hernandez, Lemur Hernandez, King Louie, Mark Pearson, Paul Schreiber, Danny Lee, Sweet Danny Lee, the guy in the chair, Deanie Martin, Stephen Krett, Jason Nelson, Big Fern, King Zachary V, Caesar Mariquin, Eddie Mendez, myself, Eric Ruiz, Mario, my co-host, Stephen Percha, Sean Yahtzee, Scott Bradley, Jesse Contreras. Oh, it happens every time. Steve and Maria Stanley, Lord Voldemort, and the other Eddie Manzanares.
What a great bunch of angels here that we've got. Thank you guys for your support.
Oh, man.
So the February Patreon benefits. So we've got a ins and outs of collecting magnets.
Dude, that's going right here. on the
Right?
mic.
Yeah, these are.
Yeah.
I understand these are arriving pretty soon, so
Yeah.
get hyped for that.
Dude,
Also,
that Gooch Grease sticker, like Zach
dude,
killed it with that, dude.
that is some next level sticker right
The
there, man.
idea and everything, it's
I
so
love
cool,
that.
dude.
Yeah,
Great job, Zach.
I love that. So these are the three tiers that we have available for Patreon. Your Sweet Angel tier, your $5 a month. That'll get you some of your exclusive stickers, I believe. I could be wrong. Certified Crispy, $15 tier, and the What a Guy tier. I believe they'll send out some extra stickers, double the order of whatever stickers is available for that month, along with an 18 by 24 signed poster of our pals Dean and Zach,
Yeah.
all for
Masked
$25.
or unmasked, your choice.
Masked or unmasked.
Doubles of
What?
all the previous stickers and a sculpt painted by
That's right.
Dark Side Customs.
Dark Side Customs.
And all
Which
the
would go,
benefits of the
yeah.
previous.
So you know what? When you guys get those custom head sculpts from Watto Scrapyard, you know what? You've got somewhere to send them. The good folks over there at Dark Side Customs. So this is our network, the Collecting Weekly lineup. We got Small Talk. Look for some. I don't know if I can announce this yet, but things are
Dude,
brewing with
announce
Small
it
Talk.
on the in-and-outs. Dude, do it. Take
No, I'm not. I don't want to step on anybody's
Dude, come
toes
on.
tonight.
Make some
Collecting
decisions.
Weekly, our flagship show. Look for them live on Tuesday nights. Zach and Dean host a really, really great show there. OFAC, our friends from across the pond over there. Another UK perspective on Only Fools and Collecting podcast. Auction. We usually have our own auctions from within the group, within the auxiliary. I believe we're going to be
I think you said
skipping
March.
this month. We're looking
Yeah.
into March.
I think that's
Okay,
what you
so-
said last time.
So if anybody's looking to sell off some of your items and just looking to bless some collectors with some good pricing, hit up Zach to see if we can
And
probably
join the
put
Facebook
something
group.
together. Join the Facebook group, Collecting Weekly Auxiliary. The Joy of Hobbying. This is a show where Zach gets down with his custom painting and
Tips and
whatever else
tricks.
he does. Tips and tricks. Really good show. Collecting Rarities. Recently had an episode tonight. We want to give a shout out to our boy over there, Rainer. He had me on not too long ago talking about Galaxy's Edge lightsaber stuff. Creeps Are Us, Manny. This is Manny's horror story show. This is a really fun show. I get a kick of
Dude, I've only got to see this once, and it was when Manny and Dean were on, and they were talking about some Halloween stuff, and I think it was right before the Tots figure was released. But
They had an
I had
episode.
a lot of fun watching.
They had an episode with Susan, formerly from Sideshow Collectibles, and her
What?
sister. And they were just
wow.
talking all kinds of crazy, freaky stories, man. There's some good stuff there.
Oh, okay.
And I understand our friend PJ the Paradox Nerd might be joining the show to talk on Creeps Are Us. So keep an eye out for that. Collecting Comics with our friend Sean discusses what's going on in the world of comics. After Dark. This is our fun show that we have on Wednesday nights. Just a lot of just hanging out. Just come in, let your hair down, hang out, and just discuss all kinds of different random things.
Yeah. I
Last
love
but not
After Dark.
least, After Dark is always a good time. Last but not least, ins and outs of collecting. This is our show right here. We are once a month. We're looking to possibly go live for the next show, depending on what kind of feedback we receive here and how
So let us
comfortable we
know.
are with going live.
Exactly.
So,
So
yeah.
let us know how much you like the show, guys, so we can start doing this live more than once a month. Let's get the hype going, man.
Yeah. So something again that we want to start taking things out on the road, and like I mentioned before, I may have teased this, but look out for the February episode where we will be on a run in downtown Disney. Be shopping around on some of the Disney collectibles there, along with some of the Galaxy's Edge merchandise that's available. All of the fun lightsabers that people tend to ask me for, and
Yeah, dude. I haven't been to Galaxy's Edge, so I know this isn't Galaxy's Edge, but this will be like a little teaser for me to see some of that stuff. So
yeah, this is the next best thing.
Yeah.
So this was it, Eddie. We finally did it, man.
Dude, man, I think it was pretty freaking good. Whoa.
Wow,
Surprise
look who's here.
guests. The man in
Everyone-
the chair.
I wanted to say you guys did pretty good. You guys did really
Thanks, man.
good for your first show.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, big shout out to Danny Lee for all the hard work and Optical 20. He put together a nice little intro for you guys. So,
Yeah, dude.
Yes,
and I think
we
he's working on
can't
an
thank,
outro also.
can't thank everyone enough. And you know
Yeah,
what?
thanks,
Another
Optical
shout
and
out to
Danny.
our boy right here, Zach, Dean, for making our dreams come true. And yeah, giving us hacks a chance to put together something for the network.
Happy birthday, Danny Lee. It's his birthday officially.
Yes.
What?
Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday,
Didn't know that.
Danny.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday,
happy
Danny.
birthday, Danny Lee.
Man, should have said something, dude.
He's
All
too
right.
he's too kind. He would never say anything like that. But anyways, I'll let you guys go so you guys can close the show. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks again, buddy.
Thanks, man. All
Well,
right.
again, this has been Ins and Outs of Collecting. I'm Mario,
I'm Eddie.
and we'll see you guys next time.